Welcome back to the YouTube channel of Pro Enzo Vidz, and this is my podcast between me and myself, Rugby League Round Up, and this is the Ankle Breaker podcast, episode number 19. So we're 19 episodes in, only one away from that 20 mark. So today it's just us two, no special guests. So and this week we had the footy back, and it was great to have round one and NRL back in general. So Rugby League Roundup, how you been, bro? And how do you feel about the footy being back? It's just a great feeling.
Oh yeah, it's just amazing to have the footy back on. I mean, you saw the passion when the first game was played at Penrith. Like everyone was passionate, and that was throughout the whole weekend. All the stadiums were packed. I mean, even Brisbane. That's the most packed I've seen in a while. I thought there was a fair bit of fans there at Suncorp. That was good to watch, and yeah, just throughout the whole weekend, the footy was packed. So everyone was eager. And I think they all enjoyed it. I enjoyed it personally, and I just can't wait to get into the next 25 weeks of footy. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you now, like having no weeks without footy is just fantastic. Having every week, every 25 weeks with footy is fantastic. I'm supposed to say, because I think we've survived long enough without any football for weeks, so it's good to have it all back now. And it's just the world feels normal. Basically, the world does feel normal. Myself, I'm going pretty well, and I'm keen to get into the podcast. So, before we start, go for the chat quickly. So, Luke Melbourne Storm fans says Kane. Got the Manly rep. Got Ark in the chat as well. Jason Reader, the Roosters fan. Evening, yep, hello. And I've got five people currently watching the stream. So yeah, I'd like to say quickly, if you're new, make sure you do subscribe to the channel and subscribe to Rugby League Roundup's YouTube channel as well. He's linked to his channel is in the comments, in the description down below. So go and check it out if you haven't already, because he's already on 60 subs, I believe. And his channel definitely is going up. So make sure to do check him out, and myself as well if you're new. All right, bro. I think we'll get into it right now. So going for the first topic, it is our round one review. So based.
Shit, the Dodos got him again. Fuck. We had this problem before.
Unfortunately. Are you there, bro?
Yeah, I'm there. It's just lagged really bad.
Yeah, I am getting a bit annoyed now. I am getting a bit annoyed now because we had this problem in the green room. But anyway, as I was saying, if I do cut out, bro, just make sure to take over if that's all right. But I'll keep talking as right now. But what was your thoughts on round one? Like, what did you like? Did you like anything about it in particular? Did you dislike anything about it? Like, what was your thoughts on it?
Well, obviously love that the footy's back already. I've said that. I think everyone was what they liked, that the footy's back. I dislike some of the rulings and some of the things that happened during a few games, mainly the Titans Eels one. I believe the touchy was just standing still when Eels scored. I'm like, what is he looking at? He's just standing there like a bloody robot. And I started laughing. I'm like, oh my God. There was a few other calls in that game too that was a bit shocking. The forward passes were a bit off. There was a few forward passes that the referees didn't get right, and not much else was bad about it. But I thought, other than that, very very entertaining week of footy. It's back. I'm glad to say that I'm no longer bored. I've been cured by the NRL, so yeah, great to have the footy back, bro. Oh, and sorry guys, this bloody internet has gone to Pro Enzo, but yeah, like I was talking about, this week of footy was amazing. If you haven't subscribed to me or Pro Enzo Vidz, I highly recommend you go do that. I'll just get into the chat here. How lads, we're good, Nick. Hey, Mr. Warriors and Fanatics. Everyone's in the chat. We've got Jason Reader, the Manly were hey, I'm the Dragons, that's it. CJ Moxley. Warriors and Fanatics says the the round of upsets. Yeah, well, I mean, very upset, very upsets, very much a lot of upsets. For fuck's sakes, Johnson injured again. Zeloteni, Zelezniak, Vilea. I was kind of worried this was going to happen with Sean Johnson. I mean, he's had a lot of injuries in the past, guys. So, yeah, a bit of a problem there. I'm going to go message. I'm going to message Proenzo Vidz real quick just to see if his internet's all good. If it's not, I may have to get into the topics. Sorry, lads, this is going to be very hard to control by myself. Yeah, Dodo, fuck Dodo. Sorry, lads, I had no idea this was going to happen. So I've just fallen completely under the pump here. Yeah, yeah, I would be doing that too. I'm just going to try and control it for now till he comes back. Sorry about this, guys. This is fucking bullshit. Did not wish for this at all. Well, I'll just say some things. Well, let's go. Lads, what are your thoughts on Tarek Sims? He's obviously being rumored to go to the Storm. That could be this week, next week, who knows? Actually, it won't be this week since we're going to be playing him from a few sources telling me that he's going to play. So I don't know if it'll be this week or within the next month. But yeah, what are you guys' thoughts on that? I'll also get into the comments here. Thoughts on the Dragons Warriors game? Well, obviously for me, I loved the win. I thought we could have controlled the game better. We could have controlled it better. We obviously had that shitty 10, 15, 20 minutes towards the end of the first half and into the start of the second half where we just let Warriors run a hole through us. They got a really soft try, may I say, when they made that breakthrough for Noah Blake. I thought, other than that, for the other 30 minutes when in the second half, we kind of just came back into the game and did what we did at the start of the first, and we scored. We scored some very nice tries. I thought Ravalawa was spectacular. I thought Jack Bird was good, like Nick said there in the comments. Jack Bird was amazing. I thought Tyrell Sloan did okay too. Made some nice tackles. Obviously had a bit of a miscommunication with that first try, but he'll fix that up. He's only 6 games into his career, but he had 90 meters within 8 runs, so that's okay. And I guess he got the 2 try assists that put us up 12-0. I thought Ben Hunt was good. I thought he was decent, led by example. He obviously had the miscommunication too, but what can you do there? I thought Zach Lomax and Jaden Sewell were very strong for us. Yeah, I thought that was a great win for us. Refs were bad. Touches for both teams were bad. Yeah, I agree, bro. There was a bit of problems there. Thoughts on Storm Tigers? I didn't watch too much of it. Like, I watched it. Obviously, I had people over. We watched the footy, but I was kind of like partied out and just tired after the Dragons game. All my energy was gone. All my passion was gone. Oh, we've got him back. Hey, bro. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Not impressed.
It's just no.
This is not good. No, it's not good enough. It really isn't. This is not good enough, bro. I can't. I was just restarting the whole thing because I might as well, but I don't know. we've got a good crowd here, so I might just have to keep on going, I think. But
Yeah,
look, we'll just move
I got a
on.
lot of
We'll move on.
I got a lot of
Yeah,
questions
thanks.
too.
Yeah. Thanks for taking over for a bit, but no, this internet,
Yeah,
something's wrong and we need to fix it.
yeah.
Anyway, we're going to move on. So, about the Rabbitohs, actually, we're going to talk about the next topic. So, obviously, on Friday, they lost to the Broncos, and that was an upset. And unfortunately, for the next 3 matches, they do play the Storm this week, they play the week after, and they play Panthers in round 4. So, not easy. Rabbitohs at all in the next coming weeks, and they're all games that I think they can compete in, but I'm not sure they're going to win. So that there has been talk that they could maybe lose all 4 and start the year like Manly 2021 being 0-4. I don't know, but yeah, would you say the Rabbitohs are in trouble having that sort of draw all the next 3 games coming up?
So they got Storm, Roosters, Panthers. Now I'll go through each game here. Storm, they've lost a few players from Saturday, which is they've lost Christian Welsh. So thank God I didn't have him in my fantasy team. I originally did, but that's very bad news for Welsh. They lost Brandon Smith, George Jennings. So they've got a few outs, but it's going to be still very hard to compete against the Melbourne Storm side because they just come through in the moments and clutch up like they did against the Tigers the other week on Saturday. So yes, Storm it can be winnable, but at the same time, it's going to be very hard. Roosters obviously a rivalry, so they're going to want to win that. They've had a few. I think they've got like 2 or 3 games on them in the last 5 games. So yeah, they're going to want to get another win there. So it's winnable, but it's also losable because it's a rivalry. And Panthers, well, I don't think this one's winnable. If Panthers perform the way they have with no Nathan Cleary for the next 3 weeks, well, far out. All the teams that are versus Penrith are stuffed, especially my boys. We got to play them on Friday, so I'm going to go to that one too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
No, you are.
South may be in trouble here, but Manly did this last season where they just fell off at the start of the season. They were like 0-5, and then they won like the rest of the season. So yeah, I guess they can kind of repeat what Manly did last year, but it's going to be very hard to. And I do wish all the best to South Sydney, but I don't know about the next couple of weeks for them.
Yeah, I agree. I think Souths have a good team and everything, and they can compete with the best, and I think they can win maybe at least one of those 3 games coming up. But I think what we saw on Friday was that they do lack a bit of control. I think that it's not fair on Cody Walker having to sort of control everything. So hopefully they sort of fix that, and hopefully the pressure's not on Walker too much, and. Yeah, but look, other than that, I think they can do well. It's tough, but yeah, it's hard to really tell if they'll win any of those 3. But I can think of I can think of them winning at least one of them though. I think they can at least. So
they can, yeah.
While it is tough, they can beat the Roosters, I reckon, because usually they do tough for the Roosters games. So that could be tight, that could be close, but will they win? I'm not sure. The Panthers game should be one they turn up for because that's obviously the grand final rematch. It's a game they want to get redemption on based on the last year. So, I think they would want to win that one, but it will be tough. And obviously next week, or this week, I should say, when they play Melbourne, they've got Latrell back, like CJ said in the comments there. So, Latrell would help. It does help, I guess, with the team and the dynamics and everything. But yeah, going to Melbourne is always tough. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be a good game, though, I think. So they are in a bit of trouble, but there is a chance they could win at least one. So hopefully, hopefully it isn't a case of being 0-4. But, we saw what Manly did when they were 0-4, and they still made the top 4. So it's not the end of the world if it was to be that. So, just quickly in the comments, I'll read some of the comments quickly because I think I missed quite a bit. So Nick says, Latrell makes South a 14 better team. Yeah, I agree. A 14 better point team. Yeah, I think he does because his impact there. He's a game-changing player, so obviously, yeah, he would make the team better. Jared says that Souths haven't won haven't won in Melbourne in 20 years, I think. Yeah, it's been a while. I don't know if it's been 20 years, but it has been a very long time. And then Lament Paripi, Akasi says, "Hey, Pro Enzo Vidz," and hello, Paripi. Thanks for watching the stream, mate. So, yeah, that's interesting actually. So we'll see how they go this week. It'll all tell this week if they change anything from their loss against Brisbane. Moving on to a bit of bad and sad news at the same time. So bad news for Melbourne, but it's just a bit sad for NRL fans in general because I believe this player is so highly respected by so many fans in the game. You know, he may play for Melbourne. He may play for a team that represents clubs, basically, if you want to put it that way. But you can't hate Christian Welch, I don't think. I think Christian Welch is just someone that, you know, he's always very humble. He's always, you know, he's always just there to do a good job, I think. You know, he obviously was a captain last week against the Tigers. Now his first time being a captain for the Melbourne Storm club, which is very good for him. And, you know, just for him to get that Achilles injury for the whole season, it's really devastating, honestly. It really is. Like I'm not a Storm fan at all, and I never will be, and don't want to be anywhere near that club. But, you know, just from being a neutral fan at that point, you know, I was just a bit sad for Christian Welch because obviously it's a very bad loss, and obviously it's going to hurt the club for the rest of the season and hurt Queensland as well because he's always selected for Queensland. So it's a big loss either way for them as well. So, yeah, what do you make of this loss, Rugby League Round Up? How big of a loss is it to the Storm team?
Sad, just very sad because how much I rate Christian Welsh. Not much people can understand the pain he's gone through because he's had, I believe, a couple of ACL injuries, maybe a reconstruction or two on his knee. It's just depressing because he's only young still too. He's a great player. It's going to be very hard for Melbourne to get on without his leadership on the field. And he takes some good runs too. He's got such a good impact on that Melbourne team too. So yeah, it's just going to be. I imagine how hard it would be for Melbourne to get through the season without a great front rower there, like Christian Welsh. I think. What else should I say? That I had something in my head, but I forgot. But yeah,
it's all good.
Sad, just unfortunate. I now remembered. Now I know a lot of people hate, like you said. Now I know a lot of people hate Melbourne, and I know a lot of people hate Cameron Munster, Brandon Smith, those type of players. But like Christian Welsh, like you said, he shouldn't be hated on because he's not a grub. He's nice. He's a great player too. So, yeah, just honestly can't do much about it, but it's very sad.
Yeah, that's right. Before I get into my thoughts, Jared says, what do you think these injuries affect Storm's chance of winning the comp this year? Well, I think when I think about it, I don't think George Jennings is a big loss than we think. I know that it's sad he's done his ACL, but the thing is they've got replacements. They've got, you know, people that can fill in there pretty easy. And he's a winger at least. You know, wingers aren't too hard to replace. You know, they're pretty easy to sort of you know, replace as you. So I don't think George Jennings is a big loss, but I do think with Christian Welch that he's like you know, Billy mentioned, you know, his leadership will obviously be quite a big loss to the team. You know, I think just when Storm might need him in close games, that's where he might be actually very valuable and where his absence would be in close games. You know, if Storm ever were to go through that this year, just his leadership and just the way he sort of controls the side. You know, he's very respected and overall good human. So yeah, it's going to be hard without Christian Welch especially, but they'll be okay. But the Brandon Smith one's pretty big though. I do think the Brandon Smith one's pretty big for that team. Obviously, he brings so much to their attack. He's a all in all great defensive type player. So you imagine losing him would be pretty big to their team and to the way they play because, you know, I hate to say it, but Harry Grant's not a 80-minute player. He hasn't ever played a really good 80 minutes before. He's never really, you know, he's never really, you know, solidified himself as an 80-minute player. He's only been there. He's only had you know, the limit he really plays is only like 50 minutes per game, is I think roughly around that. So, you know,
Yep.
While he's good Harry Grant, I don't think he's going to be able to handle the occasion of playing 80 minutes. So that's why I might carry Tyron Wishart off the bench.
Yep. Also,
yeah.
bro, I don't think much people will agree with me on this, but I think Harry Grant's overrated. I don't rate Harry Grant whatsoever. Now, a lot of people will disagree with me, but he's, like you said, not an 80-minute player. I don't know. I haven't seen him do much for me. He might have showed other people what he can do, but I just haven't seen that enough from him at all. Now, I've seen what he can do, but he hasn't shown me in all of his games, so he's not that consistent player. That's why I think he's overrated. I don't rate him much. I rate Tyron Wishart more, but he's only played one game, so they're probably going to start with Harry Grant, but Tyron Wishart would definitely come off the bench, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't think Grant's overrated, in my opinion. I think, he does a job every week, and he does do very, very well for that Melbourne Storm team. Obviously, adds a lot to their attack, and the way he plays, it's just, it's obviously helps Storm a lot. But, I guess the only downside of him is that he does have a bit of injuries, I guess, and also just he's not an 80-minute player. Like, he does well for the amount of time he's on, but, he's never really there for 80 minutes. Like, he never does anything for the full 80. So, yeah, that's why they have to carry Tyron Wishart off the bench as the jersey 14 because, I think Grant, he can't handle the occasion of playing 80 minutes. So it's going to be tough for him if that was to be the case. So, definitely a rotation, that's for sure. So, Storm, Storm will be fine. They'll be fine despite all the injuries. They have backup. They're a class team. Yeah, they'll be good. So, no need to worry about it, but they are big losses. All right, this is a bit of interesting news on the topic. So, this is about Tariq Sims, the Dragons back rower who's been sort of forgotten recently, as I should say, by the club. Obviously, Sims has played the reserve grade this week for the Dragons. I don't think Anthony Griffin's too keen on playing him again this year. And I think as well, like late last year, told that he won't be wanted for 2023 and onwards. So that means he'll probably be leaving the club at the end of the season. So there has been talk that the Melbourne Storm actually have talked about their interest in signing Tariq Sims, and even on Saturday in the presser when after that Storm Tigers game, Bellamy had his say on it when he got asked a question, and Bellamy even said that there is actually confirmation they are interested in signing him. So I guess it says a lot really about the whole rumours and everything. So. Rugby League Round Up. Obviously, you know Tariq Sims quite well since he plays for your club and everything. How big of a signing would he be for the Melbourne Storm, and can you see him leaving mid this year, if anything?
I think it's good for Melbourne that they're going after him. I think it's great. I think I hope all the best for Simsy. I've loved him my whole career. He's such a great player. He's played for the Blues. He's played for. I'm pretty sure he's played for Australia too. It's hard to say what he hasn't done. For NRL or for Dragons, he's done so much for us. I don't think we'll let him go early. I'm sure of that. I'm very sure. I think he will leave he's obviously going to leave in 2023. Out of all clubs, I hope it's not Sharks. And I hope it can be like someone like the Storm that can just get him to the end of his career and get him to maybe a great form to back rower. And I know people saying he might not play much, but there is being confirmation now, but that he's set to return this round for us. So that's big news for us. But he will be great for the Storm if he goes in 2023, and I hope he does all the best for him. I hope all the best for him, in my opinion.
So if he's playing this week, Sims, who's he replacing?
I believe it will be Josh Kerr or Jack Azeski. I mean, they're not starting players. They're not starting players, so I believe Josh Kerr and Jack Azeski will be out for George Burgess and Tariq Sims. So that's what I would go with, and I think Hook's gonna go with that too. I don't think
Yeah.
Sims will be starting though because Bird was way too good last week.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, you go get Jeski out of that team. His defense was shocking against the Warriors. Did you see that miss he did? That led to a try. That was awful.
That was lazy. That was soft. Fucking soft.
That's why we let him go, because he can't defend. He doesn't have what it takes. But anyway, he's not our problem anymore. So yeah, no, I agree. I think he'll start off the bench, and I think Jack Bird will start because Jack Bird looks very fit and he had a great game. So I think keep him in the starting back row position. I agree. But yeah, in terms of Sims going to the Storm, I like it. You know, I think that's a good signing. Especially, it makes sense because they're losing Kafusi, they're losing the Bromwich brothers, and there's a lot of experience gone. Really, like it's a lot of game experience, a lot of big name players gone. So they need some replacement. And I think Sims is a smart signing, if anything. You know, would he get better if he goes to the Storm? I don't think so personally. I think because his best foot is behind him now, but he will still bring that experience, will bring that explosiveness, because he can be a very explosive back rower on his day, Tarek Sims. And I think that's what Bellamy might like about him, is that he can still break a line for his age. So, you know, I think he's only 32, 33, so he's still got at least another year or two left in him. So I think he'll be very good for that Storm team if he was to sign. So I like it personally. I like it. So, I think as well, like if he gets released early, I mean, I can't see it happening either, but you know, there's a chance if he keeps staying in reserve grade, there's no point of him, you know, in staying at the Dragons. So that's why I can see it, but I won't. Yeah, I can't see it actually happening, but it can happen though if he requests the release multiple times. But yeah, no, it would be a very good sign for the Storm. I like what they're thinking in terms of that. Yeah. So the very last topic now, since we're only 3 minutes away from the plus seeing at the 30-minute mark. So, yeah, all right, everyone. So me, Rugby League Round Up, are going to go through our top 3 players on ground for both Manly and Dragons, because obviously I'm a Manly supporter, he's a Dragons supporter. So we're just going to end off our top 3 players on ground. I know Manly lost and Dragons won, but either way, we're still going to try and find 3 players we thought were best on ground for our clubs. So I'll start with you, bro. Who are your top 3 players on ground for the win against the against the Warriors?
Oh, yeah. Ben Hunt, 3rd. I'm going to go with Jack Bird at number 2. And number 1, the big Fijian beast. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
He's playing against 5 people down at that wing, and he'll beat all of them because he's just so strong and damaging. Bro, if I was on the field there, I'd run the other way. I'd run the complete other way. He's that scary. He's a bloody war, mate. He's a great winner. The fact that he can score tries as well, and the way he scores them, it's freakish. I mean, Chanel Harris-Tavita was having trouble to even get to him. I mean, that last try there with the flick passes, that was amazing. Chanel was trying to hang on to his knees. He just kept running. So, yeah, top player. Right. He had a few issues catching the ball, but he'll fix that up during the season. He was my best player for me.
Yeah, that's a fair call. I mean, on Harris, very quickly, he's not a fullback, so if Warriors play him there again, they're fucked. But my top 3 players on ground for Manly. Look, there's not much to really go through with Manly because we were terrible either way. We didn't play well. We didn't control the game well. We kept making errors. It was shit. We had a shit show. But there is players, I think, that had a good game, I think. So I will go number 3. So I'll go from 3 to 1. So number 3, I'll go with Jake Joyevich. I think Jake was good despite some of the 6 against he gave away. He's always in the game. He's always, defending well. Without him, I think we lost by about 40, to be honest, because our middle got crunched. Our middles got crunched in the middle. So I think Jake's definitely someone that we needed for a game like that, and he did well in terms of defense. Number 2, I'll go with Bullimore, Ethan Bullimore for number 2. I think he was very good. I was impressed with him for his first real game at Manly. Obviously got that nice try before half time. And he looked good in the back row, actually. I mean, apparently he's been training there mostly in the off season. I know he's more of a middle player, like he's more of a prop, but he says he likes the challenge to play in the back row. So this is where we may see him play in the future, the back row, which I like. So yeah, no, I think I'll go with him for number 2. And number 1, pretty much the only 4 that didn't get bashed the whole game. This was the only 4 that did not get bashed the whole game. I think that he was our man in the match. I think that goes to Hamoli Olakawatu. He was very good. I really think he was actually good for us. The amount of times he ran over Jerome Luai and trampled him was excellent. And he's just, look, Hamoli is a great player. I mean, I didn't expect him to play against the Panthers, because of his elbow and everything. But yeah, luckily enough, he was fine enough to play, so that's good. But see, I think hopefully this week our forwards aim up, because the forward pack's the issue. We had no aggression, so we need to sort of work on that. But Hamoli, he's got the aggression, he's got everything. So yeah, I think he for me gets the recognition he deserves from myself. But I tell you what, I think that brings the end to the podcast for episode 19 of the Ankle Breaker podcast. I'd like to say to everyone quickly that I'm very sorry about the internet cutting out again. It's embarrassing, I think, and it annoys me as well. And trust me, I wasn't happy when it started cutting out. So I think it held up for most of the show, so that's okay. It held up towards the end, I think. So I'd like to say quickly, thanks again to Rugby League Round Up for joining me as the co-host as always. It's good to have you on again. So thank you.
Thanks, mate. See you next Monday. Up the footy. I'll see you tomorrow too. So yeah. All right, thanks, lads. Yeah. Thanks, chat.
Yep. All right. Thanks. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and mine if you're new, and we're out of here. So see you in the next one, episode 20.